Detector Detector by Ari and Ron. So the goal of our project was to test if an online AI detector is able to accurately decipher between text generated by ChatGPT attempting to impersonate a blogger and the actual blogger. So why we did it is because with ChatGPT being prevalent in institutions, it has led to professors and teachers to use services to check whether a student has used an AI tool to do their work. Some AI detectors claim up to be 99% accurate, and the ethical implication from this comes from those times that AI detectors is wrong and if it is truly as accurate as they say. If these services claim to be extremely accurate but are not, it jeopardizes the careers of students who can fall victim to these false accusations, especially since it has been observed that AI detectors sometimes have bias towards non-native English speakers.
Obstacles that we ran into during this project. It was a lot with the APIs. Unfortunately, there were API limits and pretty high cost to them. So unfortunately, we were only able to conduct this experiment on a very limited sample size. However, we do still think that there's value in this data. And then on top of that, the APIs are with ChatGPT are constantly changing with the new advancements. And so it's hard to actually find up-to-date documentation on how to implement the API calls. So here you see our design. We have our main class, which is kind of what runs everything. And then we have a text sample manager, and that is more or less an array of text samples. And then the text sample manager also has an AI tester. So the main would use the AI text generator or the scraper to get text. They would put it in the text sample manager, and then we would test it using the AI tester. Here are a few code snippets, just like how we add a sample and like what the text sample class is. A couple more examples of saving it to a CSV and like reading the blog. So here are the results. We were only able to test 24 samples, unfortunately, but we found that 9 of the AI generated text came back AI detected, but 3 did not, which is pretty significant.
Go further into the results, it overall has no false negatives, and then with 3 out of 12 AI written responses not being flagged, it means that there's 75% accuracy of catching AI written responses. And then with our AI detector sampling, it proved to be overall 87.5% accurate. And then like doing some research, sampling self-claims to be 97% accurate, while other sources have found it to be as little as 68%. So if we got a larger sample size, we probably would have been able to get a better number. But as far as like what we found, it's not as accurate as it says, but it's also more accurate than some other sources.
Based on our data, in AI generated text on Moodle, and there's the Turnitin AI detection. If it is the same as sampling, then you, according to our data, you have a 25% chance of not getting caught, which seems pretty significant and kind of troubling. But on the bright side, it does seem like at least the AI detection software is good at properly identifying human written text. So if you do submit it yourself, you're not going to get accused of using AI. Again, just something to consider is that due to rate limits, we were only able to test a small sample size, so the data may be skewed because it's a small sample.